Right, so the other way we can size this ring is on this thing here. It's a ring stretcher. Basically, what happens, you pop the ring on there and you pump it up and it just stretches, expands the metal. You can't do too much, otherwise it'll split. But you can get a fairly good size and a half out of that, really. And if it's a thick ring, you can get 2 or 3 sizes, really. And this is reasonably thin, so I don't want to go too mad on it. Otherwise it will split, and then I'll just have to end up putting a piece in anyway. So I wanted to fix the object, really. So we'll heat it up again. It's a nice temperature. And what we do, once we've heated it up, we put it on the steel block just to cool down for a couple of seconds so we can touch it, otherwise we end up burning ourselves. And then we can size it on the ring stretcher. Okay, yeah, nice cherry red again. So now, just turn it off for a minute. Let's pop that on the old block. Let that cool down for a second. Let's get the acid solution ready. Okay. Let's put that on there, that'll cool it down quicker. It's steel. There we go. Okay. So we need to go up just a tad. I'll pop that on there like that. Push it right down. So it's nice and even. So it sits nice and square on there. You have it on an angle and obviously it's going to stretch it in a funny degree. So just a tiny little stretch. Turn it over. So again the other side. We check it. So I really want to stretch it more on there. Okay, right, heat it up again. Nice cherry red again. I'm going to plunge that in the acid solution. Some copper, otherwise it affects the acid. There we go. See the colour change? Completely different now. Back to a yellowy colour. Neutralise it in there, but sodium. Okay, let's give that a little wipe. That's the ring. It's all a bit strange looking at the moment. A bit funny colour. Okay. Right, just going to reshape that and we'll come back to when we're going to polish it. Right, so what I'm doing here, I've got a 9-carat yellow wedding ring. Believe it or not, it doesn't look yellow at the moment because I've just annealed it. Basically softening the metal. It's yellow gold. Just leave it there, let it cool down for a sec. I do, that's cooled down. So what I'm going to do is check the size first. So at the moment, it's about a size X. So this is a triplet, so I'm going to give a little whack down the triplet, shaping it up. Make it round again. And rather than use the traditional stretcher, which is over here, initially what I'm going to do is heat it up again and then drop it down this triplet, and that should take it up about half the size. What you don't want to do is do too much and then having to cut pieces out, which is not really ideal. Okay, right, let's pop that on there. Heat this up again. So we get it up to about a nice cherry red, and then be ready to drop it down the triplet. Obviously if it was a bigger size, I had to go a lot and you put a piece of metal in it and then file it in. But with this one, because it's such a small size, you really don't need to add any metal in. So right, that's cherry red. Oh. And it's a fine line, you don't want to do it too hot. Obviously it'll start melting the metal. So right, that's nice and red, ready to go. Put that there. There we go, literally drop it down like that. Turn it off. And what we'll do is turn it up that way, heat it up again and drop it down the other side. Put it down for a minute. Again, get it up to a nice cherry red, so we're ready to go. Let's get rid of all that black from the heat. It goes in an acid solution afterwards, which takes all that off, and then you have to just polish it up. Give it a light paper and then they're polishing up on the polishing motor. Okay, here we go. Right, cherry red again. And there. Have to be reasonably quick, otherwise it starts to cool down too much. Down again. Okay. See where we are on that. Right, let's see how we're doing. Okay, it's getting there. So there you go, that's how you size it up on a triplet. It's quite straightforward really. That's me signing out.